This your boy Doc Holiday, and we're back with another HBCU Overdrive. Again, if you haven't done by now, please like, comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit that little notification bell to get everything that you need for upcoming videos and any kind of projects that's coming up. So we basically about to get into announcements like church, and as always, um, you already know I basically do the interviews. Got one right now, but I do interviews to let everybody know about people that's in the HBCU world, dealing with sports, culture, anything that of that nature. But if you know anybody that wants to be interviewed, let them know. Tell them to hit me up um, to my info down below. Other than that, you know, I mostly reach out to everybody else, but we're gonna try to do something a little bit different this time. But anyway, um, also my Friday rendition of Friday Flowers, I'm still doing that. Haven't got any nominations yet, but just in case, if you want somebody to be nominated, let me know. Hit me in the description below on my Twitter or on my Instagram. So that's enough for the announcements. And today I'm bringing in one of the rising coaches from in the HBCU world. He is Coach Toriano Morgan out of Edward Waters University. Let me go ahead and bring him on the screen. What's going on, Coach?
How you doing, man? Thank you
I'm
for
good.
having
I'm
me.
good. It's about time that we got the interview going, man.
I know, man. I appreciate your patience.
Oh no, you good. You good. I appreciate you letting me on. Let me do this for you, and basically putting Edward Waters back on the map. So tell me how long have you been into coaching?
I'm actually going into from coaching, going into my 24th season. So this is year two going into here at Edward Waters University. Have had stints at my alma mater, Tennessee State University, Virginia Union University, most recently Virginia State University, and also been at several high schools in South Florida as the head coach at Dillard High School, and again offensive coordinator at Boyd Anderson High School down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay, so you've been around the block. So
Yeah,
um, so you already know about the rivalry between Jackson State and Tennessee State and everything like that.
have lived it, have played in it, and so no, truly, the Southern Heritage class is what it's all about.
Okay. Okay. So just gonna get to a couple of questions, just see how everything fill out. But what is your take on the state of HBCU football?
My take on it is that it's trending upward. There's a lot of exciting things that's happening across all of the conferences, not just one conference, across all of the conferences that have propelled the notoriety as well as the visibility of a brand as well as a product that has been there for years, but for recently has been able to get the notoriety, in my opinion, which it deserves. So very excited about the space that we're occupying, the lane that's being occupied, and just want to continue to do our part to keep it trending upward.
Okay. And so you became coach after the spring season.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. And I remember I watched the first game. Which was against Coach Prime. I actually went to Jackson State, and
Well,
and so I watched that.
that was actually before me. I became after that spring, so
Yeah,
actually
after
going
that
into the
spring.
summer,
So
going
it was
into
a different. Yeah, I remember it was a different coach,
right.
and I just kind of a little bit of turmoil and everything within the program, but you got hired on at Edward Waters when
In May of last year. Been
May of
here.
last.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, what is the state of Edward Waters football as from what you saw from what happened from spring 2021 to now?
Okay, well, respectfully, I really can't speak intelligently on something that was going on before I got here, but I can speak as to what's going on now. And then, first I'll start with one of the things that was attractive about this opportunity outside of the location was the vision of the administration. You could see that it was evident in various conversations that the commitment and the investment to wanting the student athletes, and not just the student athletes, but the students to have the greatest experience that could be provided to them here at this institution. That's been evident from a student athlete standpoint with the commitment and the investment that's been made in opening up a brand new on-campus stadium, which we played in for the first time last season, brand new turf, Teletron. Great. So something to actually give that HBCU feel directly on campus. That's something that you can just make not just an institutional experience, not just a student experience, but something that you could make a community experience. We're now opening a brand new wellness center on campus that the student athletes again can train in to ultimately get their bodies and their physiques in a proper state to where we're able to not just compete but take the program to the next level. The opportunities to get out and recruit, and not just recruiting effectively in the state of Florida, but being able to plant our flag in the state of Florida from South Florida all the way through the First Coast area has been something that has been of an immediate effect that we've taken on to help take our program to where we need to go. So with those particulars, it's put the state of our program again in a very good place to right now to where we're able to go into year two and meet some of the expectations that we've set forth.
Okay, and so when you came coach, uh, you ended up with a 4-7 record for the
Correct.
season, and out of those 7 losses, most of those the probably like 4 of those losses was within 7 points or less. So how would as a team would you not try to fall into the trap of either A coming back or B kind of giving up a lead to where it minimizes as far as wins, a win to a loss.
Well, in those games that were very close, we can pinpoint at least 4 to 5 particular plays in each one of those contests to where it wasn't particularly what our opponent was doing to ourselves. They were self-inflicted wounds. So we would like to think that a lot of that will get better with the experience that we have. We made the commitment to play the best guy, no matter what class they were in. So we played a lot of freshmen. We started a freshman, game one, a true freshman out of high school at quarterback. So we made the commitment to a program, not just having a particularly good team. So the good thing about it is you would like to know that these guys have learned from those experience being the best teacher, and again understanding that self-inflicted wounds, you're not going to beat very good football teams. So with that, we were able to get out in the spring practice and actually have a spring football practice or session this particular spring, to where we were able to address some of those, get better in our kicking game, our special teams phase, and just continue to hone who we are and our brand of football offensively and defensively.
Okay. Yeah. So as far as from going into the state of Waters football, um, how has the administration been towards the somewhat like the revival of Waters football?
Well, I've said publicly and privately, I'm blessed to be a part of an administration that gets it. And again, it's one thing to say it, but when you're able to put tangible things into place to where the student athletes are seeing the commitment that's being invested into them. That's something totally different. Having moved in the month that I had just been here last year, we moved from NAIA to NCAA. Then we also moved into the SIAC conference, which again is a very competitive, historic, traditionally good football conference. And then on top of that, July the 1st, we transitioned from being Edward Waters College to Edward Waters University. So that just shows particular growth, not just from an athletic standpoint, but from an academic programmatic standpoint as well. So I definitely can wholeheartedly say that this administration gets it.
Okay, and that was just getting to my next question. The transition from NAIA to D2, and now that you're able to in year two, you're able to compete for a conference championship. How does that um, how does that translate as far as what the football program is trying to do, and also what the athletic program as a whole?
Well, again, whenever you step onto the field and they're taking score, you want to be at the winning portion of it as well. So
Right.
knowing now that there is a tangible opportunity, that the first phase of the transition of year one has been completed and successful. Now we're able to set our sights and our homes on some realistic expectations, and competing and playing for a conference championship ultimately is what we're all in this for. So when we go back to media day last week, I'm pretty sure if you had polled all 13 coaches that were there, all 13 coaches were going to say they're going to win it last Wednesday. So being able to now get out and put together the hard work that goes into it and tangibly being able to compete is exciting for these young men. They'll be able to, as we say around here, own their legend. They're part of the first Edward Waters University football team. They're part of the first transition to NAIA to NCAA. And now they're the first team to be able to compete for a SIAC championship. So all of that within itself is exciting, motivating, and presents a culture that is one that is productive of producing the results that you expect.
Okay, and so you said that you started a lot of freshmen last season. So what's the makeup of the team as far as between freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors?
We look for a well balanced matriculation. We don't want to be too young, and then we don't want to be too old to where we're constantly having to rebuild from an experience standpoint. So right now we have a great mixture of some older guys that we may have been able to bring into the fold. And some young guys that were able to get game time experience. There's no substitute for game time experience. So we're excited about the balance that we believe we have with this particular upcoming team. But again, that's just on paper. We hit the field in a couple weeks, and we'll know exactly what we have at that particular point.
And this is the thing that I've always heard about small colleges, especially church schools, the quote unquote church schools, about how they play football. What's the notion? What do you want to tell people to kind of get that stigma away from that, as far as saying that you're a church school and y'all not either good at football or what? So how do you get rid of that stigma?
Well, I will say this in the most respectful manner. Church schools want to win souls and games. So the level of competition and experience is here. We respect the fact of our heritage. We respect the backing and the support of the AME Church, which we're supported by. But saying that and then coming back to say, when they make the investment of giving that support, we want to make sure that we not just put out a good product, but we want the young men to be able to display that it's respected. And
Right.
again, anytime you're fielding a team, and I'll say this for all of our programs here, several winning programs. We just had the young ladies softball team won the HBCU national championship. The men's
Okay.
baseball team won the College World Series. So again, the expectation of winning is not compromised because of we're supported by a religious affiliation of AME Church.
Okay. And
And we hope you don't think that when you step on the field with us.
oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. As a person that was raised and still raised in the AME church, we don't hold nothing. I feel like I tell people we don't hold anything against nobody. So so basically, I feel like y'all say bring your lunch pail because we gonna make you work when you get out on that field. So what are some of the games that you are expected that I know that your players are going to be expected to be kind of amped up for? Which game would y'all include in that?
Well, I'll speak more from a fan standpoint. We do have several rivalries and traditional games that are on the schedule this year. We're playing a complete HBCU schedule, so that will be exciting for our fan base. We get to take trips to North Carolina A&T. Then we also get the AME Bishops Classic at the end of the season against Allen. But as for us, we have to keep the main thing, and the main thing right now is Florida Memorial University, which
Okay.
we kick the season off with on August the 27th. So we're making final preparations to get into camp. Once we get into camp, it'll be all about us becoming the best football team that we can to do the things that we need to do to go out and be victorious on August the 27th.
Okay, so y'all got flow mode for the first game
Yes.
of the season, and it's their first time. That it's their second season having a football team, right?
Yeah,
Am I
I believe it's the third. I
third?
believe it's
Okay,
the third. Yeah. So
okay,
this will be the second annual Big Cat Classic that we've participated. Both universities have participated in. This year we're down in Miami, Florida.
okay, okay. I like that. I'm gonna have to see now. I'm gonna have to make my travels to Jacksonville to
Yes.
check y'all out. I mean, because man, I love to travel, and I'm gonna tell you, I'll take my wife. Her first time ever going to the South was last year. I took her to Jackson State's homecoming. She's from California. She loved it, and I was like, you know what? I bet you if we go to places like Birmingham, Atlanta, Florida, you will love all that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to get her like we're gonna have to go and do some traveling together for this year. Maybe
Right.
either this year or maybe next year. But we trying to get something going because I'm trying to get this channel going off, and um, I've been told I've been doing a good job as far as getting the channel uprooted and basically trying to get it going. So the thing about is what there's to expect for the season. Um, what are you expecting for the Edward Waters University Tigers to accomplish this season?
Well, we're expecting to field and place a football team out there every Saturday that's just not competitive, but one that's expected to win. Again, with that, we want to be fundamentally sound. We want to make sure that we're playing our brand of football how it fits our personnel that we've recruited to do the things that we want to do. So again, this all trickles back to us, and our expectations aren't going to waver because of any particular preseason rankings or anything like that. Our expectations are, again, to come out, get through camp healthy, become a great football team through camp, and then go in and again take care of target number one, and then after that we'll deal with it as it comes.
Oh, okay. Well, I might have to send you one of my sons.
Okay.
Now he gonna be playing defensive lineman, but he might be converted in college. Might be converted to a linebacker, but
Right.
we'll see. We'll see. Um, so, what do you think about the conference, the SIAC having games being put on the ESPN platform? How do you feel about that to get the with the
I
exposure?
think I think it's exciting, really, really exciting. Again, and that goes back to that the trending upward of HBCU football, but for the SIAC, I think it's very big and pivotal for all of the institutions to be able to be exposed. So student athletes, again, when it comes down to recruiting, can actually see that this is a very, very competitive and a very, very good brand of football that's being played in the SIAC. Very good athletes, very good coaching, and very competitive contests. So it's an opportunity to not have this the conference as a secret, but to be able to put us out there on the mainstream television, mainstream opportunities for student athletes and parents and fans to be able to follow their favorite HBCU, SIAC institutions.
Okay. Oh, all right. So I guess that's all my questions that I had to ask because I know you're a busy man and I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to stay busy. But you got any special shout outs to give out to everybody on YouTube and stuff like that?
Of course, we want to shout out everybody in Tiger Nation. Want you to make sure you come out and you support us. I want to shout out to the team. Just the guys that have gone through the last couple years as far as all the transitions and the pandemic, and yet they've still steadfast. Want to definitely shout them out and let them know that their sacrifices have not gone unnoticed, and our coaching staff. They put in a lot of hard work, a lot of long hours here at Edward Waters University from a recruiting standpoint, game planning standpoint. So we're just excited about the entire program, all aspects of it, and we're ready to rock and roll. It's just really exciting.
All right. All right. As y'all see, I just did my interview with Coach Morgan at Waters University football. Make sure y'all go check them out on the ESPN platforms. Also, make sure that you follow him. Where can they follow you at, Coach?
We're at Edward Waters Football on Twitter, and you can follow me at Toriano81 on Twitter.
All right, y'all see that. And for the recruits out there that's looking for a school with a good education and an up and coming good football team, y'all need to check out Edward University in Jacksonville, Florida. No matter what size of the school, they're gonna make sure that you have a good education and you're gonna play a good, fast, physical brand of football. And I thank you, Coach, for coming along on the channel with me, man. And I hope I do many more interviews with you to see how you go throughout the season. I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna check y'all out this season, though, sir. Seriously.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. And I appreciate you having us. Thank you.
All right. You have a good one, man.
You too.